Thank you for being here today. This is Chair Flow, and I'm recording this to bring to you this routine, and I hope that you enjoy it. We will be looking at nervous system reset through the routine, stretching all the muscles of the body, and then we'll finish with a meditation just to help the body enter in a much deeper state of relaxation. When we are stretching, we are basically releasing quite a lot of tension in muscles. And especially if we're stretching through the chain of the muscles, how they work in a chain, it can really bring overall relaxation. I ask you kindly that you work through gentle tension of the stretches, never too deep to the point that you are in pain, or when you feel like you are squinting your eyes, when you get to a point of the stretch, you've gone too far. We want to keep it below that threshold so that we're not creating tension in the body, tension in all the parts of the body, and tension in the nervous system. This is about unwinding the nervous system. So stretching with pain will create just a overreaction in the nervous system. So even though these stretches, they look very simple and you know all of them, this is how we do it, how we approach the body with the stretches that really helps target the nervous system. There's so much more happening through this routine. Very difficult to explain all in one video, but I want you to sit and perform and feel the guidance. Close your eyes if you want to really feel your body so that you can see for yourself, feel for yourself how this feels for you. And that is the most important. Coming here and explaining all the scientific effects and nervous system, vagus nerve, and how everything is unwinding can be sometimes a bit too much information and creates expectations, expectatives into the outcome. So I would like you to just try to feel, understand your body, communicate with your body, respond for your body, and get clarity from your body. Pain is a signal. Pain is a message. And when we go in stillness and we can connect with our bodies in a deeper level, this is what this routine brings, that opportunity to really connect deeper. You can then get the clarity of why the pain is there. So all we need is a rope, a dressing gown belt or a yoga belt, a luggage belt, anything that is not stretching. Okay. And a chair, of course. I mean, my kitchen chair, it could be on a sofa. So anywhere you feel comfortable. If you close your eyes, the guidance is very simple. You'll be able to follow through. And this is what we call the chair flow, because we flow from one movement to another without worrying how it looks. I want you to adapt all the postures for yourself so that you have a chance to experience the relaxation that your body needs. Work with your limitations and absolutely pain-free. If you have any discomfort or pains that you are familiar with, pains that you know, you are okay to do this routine as long as you're not increasing that pain. And you will find that the pain will soothe by the end of the routine. So bring the rope to the ball of your foot, like that, and rest the heel on the floor. You can sit at the edge of the chair, and this will allow you to relax your knee, so your knee is relaxed and straight. Your foot is fully supported by the floor. Take a deep breath before you pull on the rope. Feel the breath going into your chest and your belly. Let's reset the body before we give any stimulus to the body. If you roll the rope on your palms, it makes it easier to pull without straining your fingers, especially if you have arthritis in your hands. Pull the rope towards you so your foot comes in the direction of your face in a way, but it's rested on the floor. Feel the calf muscle stretching without pain. If you have pulled too far, you can always drop the tension gradually and slowly, little bits at a time. This is your moment to adjust how you want your tension to be. And breathe. Breathe into this moment. Breathe into your body. Pull the outside rope a little bit more than the inside rope. Notice the ankle rotating slightly and the tension navigating to the outside of your calf. Rest your ankle. Allow the rope to do all the work. And breathe. Always breathing, continuous breath in and out. Doesn't have to be deep. But if we hold our breath, the nervous system fights and flight. If we breathe continuous, we're sending safe messages that the stretch is safe to the nervous system. The nervous system then sends a message to the muscle to release tension, to let go. And it's all in the breath. Release the tension on the rope. Let the rope drop to the heel. So right there. And hold the two ropes with one hand. There's no tension. Your other leg is going to be your support. And this is to help you lean forward. Again, only lean as forward as your back allows. Support yourself through your elbow so your back knows you're being supported. The tension now is at the back of the thigh, back of the knee, near the glutes, even possibly the calf. And you are breathing into the area of your rib cage, opening the rib cage on your breath in and releasing, relaxing the rib cage on the breath out. The breath is continuous, gentle, easy. If you lean back, push yourself up with your own hand, nice and tall. Bring your foot in. Keep the rope under your foot. Cross the leg over the other leg, so the one that is holding the rope. And transfer the rope to the other hand. And this is so we can grade the movement. Can you see how my knee is flopping out on this side? And that one is straight. The full movement is this. If you struggle to get to the top, please use the rope as a pulley system to navigate your ankle on your shin only as far as you need. Hold the rope and rest your hand on your leg, and then you can lean forward. As you lean forward, you should feel a stretch in the corner of your glutes of the leg that's being supported by the rope. And breathe. Find that space to breathe, that stillness to breathe. So you are stretching the hips in your own limitations. Remember, you can stretch even with your foot resting near the ankle. Really just resting. There's no lifting. And you can just lean forward. If you're able to bring your leg to the top, it will look like this. And you lean forward. Use the rope to bring the leg down, assist to the floor, and gentle shaking. Swap the rope to the other foot. Place the rope on the ball of your foot, like that. Rest the leg on the floor. Heel on the floor. Stretch the ankle, pull the rope. And stretch the ankle. Feel the tension. That was my cat climbing on the chair where the phone is being held. And pull. Roll the rope around your wrist and pull and hold. Nice deep breath in into your body. The breath prepares your nervous system to accept the stretch. The holding of the breath prepares your nervous system to fight or flight with the stretch. Pull the outside rope more than the inside rope. Notice the stretch rolling around the calf. And breathe. We move slow. We take our time. Because this is a nervous system stretching routine, we go slow. We can't rush through it. We got to give the space and the capacity for the nervous system to regulate after each stimulus, each stretch. If we don't, we are only increasing the wiring of the nervous system, becoming more excitable rather than more regulated. Relax the pull, drop the rope to the heel, so it will look like that. And there's no pulling on the rope, just holding. Use your leg to lean forward, support yourself. Feel the stretch, the whole back of the leg, sometimes maybe just at the top or maybe just at the back of the knee. It's different for everyone. There's no right, there's no wrong. Expand your rib cage, even though it feels a bit tight and constricted by the position. Try to breathe and bring the air into the rib cage at the lower part of it. Expand and widen the rib cage as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, the rib cage comes back to normal. As always, support yourself coming back. Your rope's going to look like this. Cross the leg over. Bring the rope around. So you have this knee flopped. And this is you lifting the leg slowly to find the point of tension without pain. And then rest the rope on your leg and lean forward. Feel the stretch. As you feel the stretch, if you can go to the top, it will look like this. Notice I have no time frame for the stretches. Everyone will have your own time. Once you understand the routine and you can follow through without thinking, I would like you to go for sensation. When the stretch sensation feels gentle and easy, that's your muscle releasing tension. If you have put yourself into a stretch position and you waited 10, 20 seconds, 30, but you release the position before you felt the release of tension, you haven't really stretched that muscle. So each muscle will have its own timing. The more you perform this routine, the more you'll be able to determine when that tension is gone. You will have the feeling as a feedback, gentle shaking. You can put your rope to the side. And we're still on the edge of the chair, nice and easy there. Knees are going to open, walk your feet out. only as far as you can feel tension here on the inside of your thigh. Just a little bit of tension. Make sure your ankles are underneath the knee. Push the knee open with your hands, shoulders back if you can. And you should feel an increase of tension on the inside of the legs. Can you hold? Breathe in. Bring the breath as far as your belly, lower belly, and try to actually expand the belly as you breathe in. And when you breathe out, it relaxes. And breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. Nice and tall posture. Holding that posture gently, not deeply. Take a nice deep breath in, expand your rib cage. And on the breath out, walk your feet back in. Beautiful, gentle movement, gentle shake, shoulder blades back. And as your elbows are next to your hips, squeeze your shoulder blades back as you rotate your arms. If you have shoulder pain, just do the shoulder squeeze without opening the arms out. We respect our pain. We work below the pain threshold to soothe the pain and release. Breathe in on one movement, breathe out on the other. Synchronize your breath. Bring the flow to the synchronized breath and movement. Beautiful, relax, shoulder rolls. So we're going to stretch the thigh, the top of your muscles here. Hold the chair at the back. And one foot goes under the chair. Wiggle. Your shoe should glide until your toes are pointing backwards, the knees pointing down. There's a pull here already. And you can increase that pull by bending your elbows and leaning your body back. If there is any stress in your lower back, please don't go as far as your back hurts. Support yourself more upright and work with the stretch that you gain just by moving the leg. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. To release the breath, bring your body forward. And you can help your leg just by wiggling forward this way. Gentle shake and add the other leg down. Wiggle under the chair and it glides. If you have socks, you might be able to glide even if you are on the carpet. And breathe, lean back to add a bit of stretch. Remember, no pain, and breathe. And breathe. And breathe. Lean forward, bring the leg forward. Assist if you need. Gentle shaking. Beautiful. Shoulders and wrist. Rotation to loosen up. Sit right back on your chair now. Tuck your bottom right back where you know it cannot move. And we're going to separate the rib cage from the pelvis by rotating ourselves and reaching for the chair. Can you hold on to the chair? If you cannot hold on to the chair, if you hook your arm behind the chair, your arm then is free and you can reach with your hand and grab your own hand. If you have an armchair, you can grab the armchair. If you're able to reach the whole back of the chair, 2 hands on it, hold. Neck in line with the trunk, breathing. Notice how your breath goes really dysregulated. You are constricting one side of the rib cage and the lung, but the other side is open. So the first couple of breaths, the nervous system is figuring out that one lung is more constricted. Expand the rib cage, the one that's facing outwards. And breathe into that area, expanding bigger than you can. Neck position is neutral to the sternum, to your chest, so there's no stress on the neck. Notice how your breath is regulating now. Nervous system is clever. It's finding an easier way to breathe and regulates you. That's how clever a body is. The body is always adapting, always finding different ways to keep us going, to keep us breathing. That's why the breath during the stretches, any movement is very important. We signal what we want to the nervous system. A fast, erratic breath, high intensity breath signals adrenaline, fight and flight, survival, speed, power. A gentle breath signals to the nervous system regulation, down regulating from a fight and flight, calming, relaxing, soothing, pain relief. Release the chair and find the other side. Rotate, hold the stretch, notice again your breath just dysregulate a little bit again, finding a space to breathe within your lungs. And you stay breathing to this rib cage facing forward, expanding with each breath, regulating. When you do this, over time, this regulation becomes quicker. And that means that your body's learning. Your nervous system is learning to regulate when you go into charged emotions, charged situations. When the situation ends, do you still hold that charge, or can your body and nervous system regulate yourself very easily, very automatically? And through this routine, we're also learning this. As I said in the beginning, there's so much to explain all in one video. So I'll bring for you every time I can. Release the rotation, big shoulder rolls. Okay. You're still at the back of the chair, nice and tall, resting. You one hand to the opposite knee, hold and push that knee against that hand. The free hand, we're going to side bend, feel the stretch. And I want you to do it with movement. Moving in and out. Feel the stretch. Breathing with one movement, breathing out with another. And relax. This hand is going to face back. Imagine the palm going up, thumb towards the knee. And as you glide, that knee is going to drop between the two. That shoulder is going to drop between the two knees. You are stretching the shoulder blade on that side. Head position at comfort. The other free hand is on your thigh, because that's going to support you. Breathe into your diaphragm and use the hand supporting you to push yourself up so you're not pushing with the stretched arm. So the other hand to the other side, and let's just do the stretching movement and come back. And again. And come back. Match the breathing with one breath in on one movement, the breath out on the other. It doesn't matter which one. Head position at comfort so it doesn't ache anywhere else. We don't sacrifice one body part for another so the nervous system feels safe. And the moment we keep everything safe throughout the routine is when we reach that relaxation. Relax. Turn your palm up and glide that arm on your leg. The other hand is supporting yourself on your own leg. Breathe behind the shoulder blade. Expand and stretch. Expand and stretch. Use your hand on your leg to push yourself up. The arm is rested. Big shoulder rolls. Brilliant. So we stretched calves, hamstrings, thighs, hips, trunk, shoulders at the back. Let's do a little bit of neck. Hold your hand on your chest. Imagine you're pulling the skin down, and as you do, you already feel tension building up at the front of the neck. Gentle neck up. Small movements if you have neck pain. We're not here to trigger pain, we're here to soothe it. Breathing. And if you want, you can draw your chin higher, your lower teeth higher than your top teeth for a bit of more stretch. Breathe through your throat, nose, throat, chest. And out through your nose. Out through your nose. Bring your head in. Release your arm. Shoulder rolls, head movement. And relax. We have done pretty much the entire body, and now I welcome you to sit in meditation for 10 to 15 minutes. Very powerful. The body's relaxed. Perhaps you're leaning on the sofa, and that's okay. Or you choose to lie down. I'll give you a moment to prepare yourself. Focus on your breath in. How does it travel inside your body? How far does it go? Can you travel deeper into your belly? And as it goes into your belly for a split second, it's almost like time stands still. And then you breathe out. There's no holding of that breath. Just a feeling of that stillness in your body building up. And as you breathe and you bring the breath to the lower belly, When you feel that gentle stillness, can you ride that feeling even when your breath comes out? You touch a certain frequency when you feel that stillness, even for a split of a second. But then you're trying to hold that frequency in your body. You want to give more attention to that stillness point in your breath without the holding of breath. It's when the breath changes from in to the out without holding. It's a flow, it's continuous, however you want to imagine. Can you hold the stillness frequency and give it more attention even when you're breathing out? And then even when you're breathing in. And breathe out. Hold that stillness without holding breath. The flow of the breath is continuous and soft and gentle. Can you give attention to your eyebrows and release tightness, tension in that area? Can you give attention to your jaw? Drop the teeth and the jaw a little bit. Can you give attention to the tension and release the tension? Let go of the tension. On your next breath in, can you give attention to your shoulders? Across your shoulders, the back of your shoulders. Can you notice the tension and acknowledge, I am tense in my shoulders? Ask the body to let go of the tension as you breathe out. Can you drop? Now drive your attention down to your belly and lower back. Feel the whole circumference of your belly, pelvis, lower back, the other pelvis, this round the belly. Feel the space inside with the breath. Release the tension of the lower tummy. The need to tuck your belly in, release that. Release the back muscles slowly and gradually. Release the glutes. Even though you're sitting on your glutes, is it tense or is it soft? Bring your attention to your groin. What's the tension like in there? Can you release? There's nothing to hold. This chair is supporting you totally. The floor is supporting your feet. Can your legs go heavy? Bring the breath deep into your groin. And then the breath travels to the back and start rising up from the coccyx up the spine. Bring the breath in to your chest, belly, growing, travel back to the back of the body, touches your coccyx and travels up the spine. Relaxing the spine, each segment to the top of the neck and out through the head. Breathe in through the back of your throat, chest and belly, round through the coccyx and out through the spine and the head. Can you give this breath pathway a color, a viscosity, the size of the flow, the volume of the flow? What can you sense? What can you understand? Keep going round in this pathway through the nose, back of your throat, chest, belly. Travels back to the back of the spine, coccyx, sacrum, lower back, mid back, upper back, neck, top of the head. This is your inner light working, cleansing your body. Pick a color and work with that color. While you're going through this cycle of breath, in the meantime, your heart has a pink rose luminous light ready to glow in the center of your heart. And every time the breath goes through it, in this cycle, in this pathway, it expands this light, the circle of light. Each breath, it makes a little bit bigger, surrounding your heart, your chest walls. It's growing bigger into your belly and neck until it becomes an orb of light surrounding the whole of your body. And you still breathe in a cycle, a pathway of healing. The breath behind the throat, down the chest and belly. Going back towards the coccyx, sacrum, spine, top of the neck and head and out. And as you breathe and feel yourself inside this beautiful bubble, beautiful bubble. This is your healing light. This is the time you are fully connected with your body, mind, and soul. To ask the question, why are you experiencing pain? What is the pain trying to show you about you, about how you are navigating the earth, how you are navigating your life? What is your pain trying to show you for your highest good? And I'll give you a moment to have that conversation with your body. Continue to breathe Take a nice deep breath in. Notice your surroundings without opening your eyes. Notice the stillness that you achieved. And I'll let you to come around slowly and gradually by yourself, taking as much time as you need, wiggling your toes and feet and fingers. May your eyes be the last thing to open. Thank you for being here.